Dear students, today we are going to solve one problem related to journalizing. So, here you can see one question. Journalize the following transactions of Mr. Ramesh. So, Mr. Ramesh is the owner of the business. In Mr. Ramesh journal book, we have to record the transactions. Okay. So journalize means we already studied recording transactions in the journal book. So journalize the following transactions of Mr. Ramesh. So these transactions are given in the question. So these transactions we have to record in the journal. So when you're recording in the journal, you have to make the journal format. Already we studied the journal format. Here Ramesh book, that's why we have to write books of Ramesh. Okay. It is a journal book, so we have to write the heading journal. So books of Ramesh, journal. Format of journal we already studied. Date, first column date, second column particulars, third column ledger folio, that means page number of the ledger book, debit amount column and credit amount column. Okay, so this is the format. Now one by one transaction how to record we can see. First transaction is date is 2018 January 1, started business with cash rupees 3 lakh. So Ramesh started business with cash rupees 3 lakh. That means Ramesh brought 3 lakh rupees cash to the business. So this is Ramesh investment. We know owner's investment, we will call the name capital. So he brought cash. So when you recording in the journal, here cash is coming 3 lakh rupees. As well as this is the capital. So we know cash is the asset, right? Asset rule you know. When asset increase, we will debit. So here we will write in the date column, transaction happened 2018 January 1. So cash account debtor, because cash increasing, cash is an asset. Asset increase, we have to debit. How much rupees cash came? 3 lakhs. So he invested the money in the business. It is capital. We know capital rule. Capital increase we have to credit. So we are crediting to capital account 3 lakhs. Okay. So whenever owner investing money in business, journal entries cash account debtor to capital account. Cash is the asset coming to business. Asset increase we will debit. Capital increase rule we know we have to credit. So to cash account debtor to capital account 3 lakh rupees. Okay. Narration we have to write commenced, we have to write here commenced. Okay, not comments, we have to write commenced business with the cash. So commenced business with the cash rupees 3 lakh. Journal entry cash account debtor to capital account. Okay, remember this entry. Then second transaction we see date is January 3, purchase goods for rupees 5,000. Okay. So whenever we purchasing goods for rupees 5,000, it is a cash purchase. Nothing mentioned in the question. Name is not mentioned. Nothing mentioned in the question. This is cash purchase. So purchase goods for rupees 5,000 means we purchase goods for cash 5,000. When we purchasing goods, it is a revenue expenditure. Purchase is a revenue expenditure. Purchase goods means. So whenever we purchasing goods, we have to debit in purchase account because it is a revenue expenditure. It is a which one? It is an expense. So January 3 date we will write when we purchase goods we have to debit in which account only? Purchase account, because it is a expense increase we will debit. So purchase, whenever we purchasing goods, which account we have to debit? Purchase account, keep in mind. So purchase account debtor 5,000. When you purchasing goods for cash, what is going from us? Cash. Cash is an asset. Asset decrease, we have to credit. We know the rule. Asset decrease, we have to credit. So cash decreasing, so cash we will credit. How much rupees cash going? 5,000. So when you purchasing goods, generally purchase account debtor to cash account. This entries without GST only. With GST we will study later. These are the basic entries without GST. With GST we will study in detail. Now these all entries we are discussing without GST. So January 3 purchase goods for cash, journal entry purchase account debtor to cash account. Whenever we purchase goods, which account only we have to debit always? Purchase account. Keep in mind, cash is going, cash is an asset, asset decrease, we have to credit 5,000. Narration, goods purchase for cash. Okay, so narration we can write in simple as well as past tense, that is better. Okay, goods purchase for cash. And the next transaction you see, January 4, sold goods for rupees 6,000. Sold goods means we sold goods, nothing mentioned in the question means it is for cash. So when you selling goods for cash, what is coming to the business? Cash. We know sales, sold goods means it is a sales, sales is the revenue for us. So journal receipt. January 4, date is January 4. When you selling goods for cash, cash is coming to business, means cash increasing, cash is an asset, asset increase we will debit. So cash account debtor. It is a sales, sales we know it is a major revenue of the business. Revenue increase we have to credit. What is the revenue name? Sales. Whenever we selling goods, always which account we have to credit? Sales account. Okay. So cash is increasing, cash is an asset, asset increase. Debit 6,000. It is a sales, sales is a revenue, revenue increase we have to credit to sales account 6,000. Okay. Narration, sold goods for cash. Okay. Now next transaction see, January 7, salary paid rupees 7,000. We know salary is an expense. Expense rule we know, expense increase we have to debit. Whenever we salary paid, what is going from us? Cash is going from us. So journal entry we can see the journal entry. Whenever we paying salary, date is January 7, date column January 7 we return. Salary is an expense, expense rule is expense increase we have to debit. So salary account debtor, cash is going from us, cash is an asset, asset decrease we have to credit. So journal entry for salary paid, salary account debtor to cash account. So every expense journal entry will be expense account debtor to cash. Suppose rent paid, rent account debtor to cash. Suppose electricity bill paid, electricity bill account debtor to cash. Suppose transportation expense paid, transportation expense account debtor to cash. Okay, so every expense account we will debit because expense increase we have to debit. Cash is going, cash is an asset, asset decrease we have to credit. Okay, so salary paid, January salary account debtor to cash. Narration, salary paid. Now next transaction we can see, January 10, commission received rupees 2,000. We received commission. We know received commission is an income, revenue. What is coming to the business? Cash. Whenever we receiving commission means cash is coming to the business. So generally how will write? See, January 10, cash is coming to us. Commission received means we getting cash. Cash increase, cash is an asset. Asset increase we will debit. So cash account debtor. Commission is our revenue. Revenue increase we will credit. So revenue name is commission received account. Okay, so cash increase we will debit cash account. Commission is the revenue, revenue increase rule is credit. So to commission received account. So 2,000 we received commission. So any revenue when you receiving, remember journal is cash account debtor to that revenue. Suppose interest received, cash account debtor to interest received. Suppose rent received, cash account debtor to rent received. Discount received, same way any other revenue received we can write cash account debtor to commission received account. Okay, narration is commission received. Now next transaction see, January 13, purchase goods from Mohan rupees 8,000. Here we purchase goods, so purchase increase from Mohan. It is not mentioned in the question cash, that means name only mentioned, it is a credit purchase. So Mohan is our creditor. We know creditor is our liability. So generally how we will record? See, January 13. When you purchasing goods, which account we have to debit? Purchase account. So purchase account debtor. Mohan is our creditor. Creditor increase. Creditor is a liability. Liability increase we have to credit. Liability rule we know. Liability increase we have to credit. Mohan is our creditor. Creditor is a liability. Liability increase we have to credit. So when you purchasing goods from Mohan, journal is purchase account debtor to Mohan account. Purchase is our expense or a revenue expenditure. It is we know every expense increase we will debit. Mohan is our creditor. It is a liability. Liability increase we have to credit. So purchase goods from Mohan, journal entry, purchase account debtor to Mohan account 8,000. Narration, purchase goods from Mohan. Okay. Now we can see the next transaction. Next transaction, see, January 20, sold goods to Kiran rupees 3,000. We sold goods to Kiran, name only mentioned, it is not mentioned it is for cash or not. That is why name only mentioned it is a credit sales. It is not cash sales. So credit sales, we sold goods, we know sales is the revenue. To whom we sold Kiran? So Kiran how to pay money to us in future. So Kiran is our debtor. Debtor is the asset. So we can write the journal entry like this. January 20, Kiran is our debtor. Debtor is the asset. Asset increase we have to debit because we sold goods to Kiran. Kiran have to pay money to us. So Kiran is our debtor. Debtor is the asset. It is a current asset. So asset increase we will debit. So Kiran is our asset. Asset account debtor. Sales is our revenue. Revenue increase we have to credit. So Kiran account debtor to sales. If it is a cash sales, you write cash account debtor to sales. Cash is coming. So instead of cash here, who will come? Debtor, because we not received cash. So instead of cash here, debtor will come. Debtor is a Kiran. Kiran account debtor to sales account 3,000 rupees. Narration, sold goods to Kiran. That means we sold goods to Kiran on credit. Okay. Next transaction, see. January 25. Deposited money into bank rupees 5,000. We deposited money into bank. When you depositing money into bank, cash is going from us. Our bank balance will increase. Both bank balance and cash is our asset. So what is the entry? January 25. Our bank balance increasing. Bank is an asset. Asset increase we will debit. So whenever we depositing money to bank, bank is an asset. Asset value increase. So asset account debtor, that is bank account debtor. Our cash is going. So cash decrease. Cash is also asset. Cash decrease. Asset decrease we will credit. So to cash account. So whenever we depositing money into bank, as well as we are opening a bank account, generally will be bank account debtor to cash account. Our bank balance increasing, cash balance decreasing. Bank is an asset, asset increase debit. Cash also is an asset, cash asset decrease credit. So bank account debtor to cash 5,000 rupees. Narration, deposited cash into bank. Okay. Now in the question, last transaction, January 30, cash withdrawn from bank for office use. That means Ramesh withdrawn 1,000 rupees from the bank for office use. That is business purpose only he withdrawn money from the bank. That means to the business what is coming? Cash is coming. So January 30, cash is coming to the business. That means cash is increasing. Cash is an asset. Asset increase we will debit. So cash account debtor. We are withdrawing money from the bank. Our bank balance will increase. Bank is an asset. Asset value decrease. We will credit. So asset decrease we will credit. Asset increase we will debit. Cash is an asset. Asset increase we debited. Bank is also asset. Bank balance decrease. So asset decrease we will credit. So when you withdrawing money from bank for office use, then journal entry is cash account debtor to bank account. Okay, cash balance increasing, bank balance decreasing 1,000 rupees. Narration, cash withdrew from bank for office use. Then we have to, after all journal entries, we have to do both the column, that is debit column and credit column we have to total. So when you total, we will get both side 3,37,000. Both sides it is 3,37,000. Okay. So this is a simple question without the GST. So like this question practice, in the next class we will study in detail. Okay. Thank you so much.